Flowers is the GOAT play-by-play, and this is definitely one of the best calls of all time. Hey, I'm Drakos, and this is Ultimate List presented by Omen. Today we'll be ranking some of the greatest caster calls of all time sent in by you, the fans. Let's get started. Obvious play, fantastic moment, still I think the greatest story in League of Legends history. And for one moment you thought maybe the Miracle Run dies there. Just incredible, incredible finals. Top tier moment, really. You can hear how insanely hyped Kadriel is, and this is one of the things about casting with him, is his energy is sky high when he's feeling it, and he's feeling it. Flowers says 3 words. This entire moment is just Kadriel going and going and going, and then dropping an F-bomb, which I think is like the seasoning on top of this incredible moment, you know, the icing on this cake, because people really love it when casters swear. This is interesting because if you listen to Kadriel's speaking cadence, he got this from Machine and Henry G. This is a classic. Building the moment, building the moment, building the moment. And then he probably should have, to be honest with you, from a craft perspective, he should have shut the hell up and let Flowers talk. But he's so hyped out of his mind, he literally cannot contain himself, and he just starts screaming. This happens to me, happen to him all the time in TriCast, because he just is so excited about League of Legends that he can't help himself. But you can just hear him, he's just losing his mind. Flowers is like trying to keep it together, Mr. Professional Commentator, and Mark is just absolutely like lost it in the thrill of this very, very cool moment. So from a passion perspective, this is a top play, no doubt. From like a purely technical perspective, you know, it's somewhere like in the middle, but the passion just trumps all. It's like, it's such a fantastic play. I'm for now gonna put this in the middle because I don't know what is coming, but this was for sure, in terms of like energy and passion, just one of the best calls ever.
It's not going anywhere, but in comes Looper. Now, Looper is actually going to have to back off, but can they flank again? Darshan a little low. Death Mark onto Huhi, and there's
I remember this moment now. You can hear the passion in Pyra's voice and how excited he is. And Pyra is one of like an incredibly loud play-by-play caster. But what makes this moment so insane is that he's completely out-energied by Kobe here. And if you've never seen a caster cam of Kobe in these moments, and you probably have after a play like this, he can't help himself. He's such an NA fan. He's never a bias caster, but he's such a fan. And when he finds these moments where he can finally celebrate, he just loses his mind. Like, he's such a fan. And I think that's the thing I've noticed about these first 2 plays is like the plays that stand out the most to people aren't necessarily like the most insane display of technical skill on a casting level. It's like when casters really are just insanely passionate, and this play like will live on in infamy just because it is like, in that moment this guy represented like every CLG fan and every NA fan with that call, and like no one else needed representation, so it's just it's so perfect right there. The problem is like it's not good casting. Like it's so much passion and it's such a great moment, but if the question is like what are the best casting moments, this is not, you know, this is not the most insane casting. I think it is still so passionate. Oh, I'm so nervous as to what comes next, because like I think both these moments are so similar in what they are, which is just like absolute passion. I think Kadriel, like, this is pure passion. This Kobe play is pure passion. The Kadriel play has a little bit of build, you know, talking about the sharks circling, and then it's passion. This one is like, because Kobe's the center of attention here, right? Like Pyra's doing a good job. He's, you know, doing some solid play-by-play, but then it's just like Kobe losing his mind, which is what makes it good. But also, like, if you take that play out of context, if someone doesn't know what's going on, they're like, why is this guy just losing his mind? Why is he just screaming? Which, to me, you know, still makes it good. But for now, I'm going to rank it below the Gumayusi Baron steal. But we'll see what's coming up next.
Keep mid lane alive because top and him has been killed, and they even got the pick off on Bang.
Rox doesn't actually have to stop pushing right now. They can delay the recalls. The arrows. Look at the arrow. Get teleport.
It's the voice crack. It's the underlying DNA of plays people are excited about. It's the voice crack. Yeah, this was a truly insane series and just a fantastic play. The call from Mitch there, from Crepo, is so good. Because I think in these chaotic moments and there's so much to focus on, you kind of want someone to step up and call out the thing that's, you know, maybe outside of your immediate range of attention, what's not on screen, and it is the arrow in that moment. And he just nails it. That is one of my all-time favorite calls. Similar to the other two, it's very much about energy, but I think that is like, that one hits for me. So maybe it's bias, maybe it's personal preference. This one is definitely at least on the level of the Gumayusi steal. And I like it more because there's a lot more like, he's coming in to support the team more. I like that. I like that dynamic. I like that vibe. You know, to fill in the gaps because everyone else is focused elsewhere. Oh, but the Cadral lines at the start with the sharks circling. I'm such a sucker for it. I don't know. It's really hard. This is really hard. And I'm not trying to give these high rankings. I just want to see the full, you know, landscape before I decide what the favorite is. I'm very conservative here on this. The funniest person to cast with? Oh man, it's tough. I think that Atlas is one of the funniest casters that has ever been, and I still think he's like the way that he integrates humor into a cast is so funny. And as a fellow play-by-play, I don't get to work with him a lot. Usually it's like in passing on a desk or just listening to him, but this dude is hilarious because he will just, anytime you feel like comfortable and understanding like what the general realm of what you're talking about is, he'll just throw you a curveball and kind of knock you out of that comfort zone. And so he's just always going to kind of keep you on your toes in terms of where he could possibly take the next like humorous quip, next little bit of wit. Atlas is by far, I think, the funniest caster.
With a 2-1 victory, who could have seen this coming? Let's ask the space if they have any idea what happened in game number 3.
No. And here's Jason with the... No, never mind.
They're getting a third mountain trade.
I mean, if you're a LoL Esports fan and you don't know what's about to happen in this play, I feel like you've been missing out.
Bang is hiding. He's coming.
Bang looking to come in. Here comes your initiation. They're right through.
Oh my God.
Shockwave will find them all. And SKT.
It's such a good call. It's such a good call. And there's a reason that Captain Flowers is the GOAT in this play. This is 2017, so keep in mind this is a much worse Flowers. People might not appreciate this. This man is much worse at casting than then in this era than he was or is today. But when you look back at this play, there's too much to talk about. He can just scream, and his colleagues are just screaming as they should. It's crazy. But he picks the most important thing, which is the Shockwave, and he just goes in on it. He just hits it as hard as he can because you can't talk about all of the other stuff that's happening on your screen. So you need to tell people, you need to show people what the most important thing is, or you need to keep it like broad and vague. This team is winning. This guy's getting hit. One ability here, one ability there. So he just guns it, goes straight to 100, recognizes the moment for what it is. And Faker Shockwave finds 4 of them technically, but you know, like, got a flash. So it found them all, and it's still like, this is a go-to call. If anything is in line for the super tier, honestly, I might call it the Flowers tier. Like, look, we compete. It's important to understand that like casters, we're all like, we get along, but like we're competing for the same spot, right? And there's like one spot at MSI finals, there's one spot at World Finals, but I think when it comes to raw play-by-play skill, and don't get me wrong, Flowers was talented from the start, but this man works incredibly hard. Like, this guy is the GOAT. So I don't know if this is the Flowers tier play yet, but Flowers is the GOAT play-by-play, and this is definitely one of the best calls of all time. So we'll see if this is... I'm suspicious. I expect another Flowers call. If there's not another Flowers call, this is probably the Flowers tier play. Just to put it out there. I've always really enjoyed creativity, and I've enjoyed teams that are really, like, bloody. And so I think that the two that come to mind are GAM and all of their previous editions, right, from the VCS. And of course, as an EU pundit, I couldn't say any other team. It's G2. I like unique picks. I like teams that are scrappy and that fight a lot. I have a lot of respect for like slower macro teams, but as a play-by-play, you know, like technically it's good League of Legends, but please, I'm not here to collect a paycheck. You know, I want to do my job. Please, like, hit each other, please. And you know, the G2 team and I think there are a lot of other teams that have done it too, right? Like, pretty much any Showmaker team has always been a thrill to watch, but G2 2019 and GAM are 2 of my all-time favorites just for the creativity that they showed and the unique picks and the ways that they, like, threw people off their game and were super aggressive. That was always teams I loved casting. I mean, this is me, so this is obviously winning the Flowers tier award.
Baits it out though. Clint had to go up into the air, and it doesn't matter if he messed it up because Clint is still going to go down. But Khan right to the backside. Caps goes golden. There's no one else to follow up. Khan's damage doesn't matter. But the ulti comes out in such a close exchange. For now, they're winning, but Perks is coming in. This is his hero moment.
That's so hard to talk over my own commentation.
This could be the game defining moment. Faker is gone. Teddy's next on the list. There's no way he can duel Yasuo. Amana's coming in, but he's just walking into the meat grinder of Perks. Khan, can he do it? They've done enough. They've done it. G2. Khan, can he get it done? He can't. The Vladimir. They can't do it. This is it. The greatest team in the history of League of Legends.
It's really hard to comment over your own. I also haven't watched this playback. Like, I rarely watch my own clips back on big best of fives except to review. And so when I get to the highlights that I've already seen, I usually skip over them because it's like, I don't know, it makes me very self-conscious, I guess. But so this is not, I think the win moment here is sick, and I'm very proud of the win moment. This fight is a bit of a mess, but I think similar to a lot of the other plays, like, I'm just lost in the passion. I'm so stressed out right now. I'm sure if you took my heart rate, I'm like, whatever the number is below the number that kills a human, like, that is what my heart rate is at. And you can hear my uncertainty because they should be killing him, and then they're maybe not killing him, and I don't want to, like, I want to start my win moment right here because I see Caps, and I know that it's over, but I'm not sure if Khan's going to turn it around because I don't really believe it's happening because, like, yes, I don't want to ever be biased, but I do in the same way that Kobe wants, you know, CLG to win. I want G2 to win. You know, this is my region. These are my boys. So I think the start of it isn't my greatest casting moment. I think there's a lot of passion there, but I'm very, very proud of that win moment. I think it just hit the nail on the head in terms of that entire G2 2019 year. Yeah, I'm debating. I don't know where to put this. Can I put this? I have to put this on the same tier. And then it's probably this. No, it's not this. It's going to be that. I mean, the greatest League of Legends play of all time. Or at the very least, the most iconic. It's so funny because you could hear Doa like starting.
Even though I only have a mat on the floor, I think he's in the bed. Oh, Faker may be in trouble.
My favorite part is the start of this play because it's like Doa's doing something else right now, right? He's talking about.
Even though I only have a mat on the floor.
Even though I only have a mat on the floor. Those were the words that preceded one of the most iconic calls of all time. It's always so funny to me. And then here we go. Like, he nails it. I think it would be so hard to cast every micro interaction in this game, and I think kind of like his natural astonishment as to what is happening in front of him is part of what makes his play so damn good, on top of the fact that Faker is obviously just insane. I miss Zed in pro play. I know that he's too strong when he's good in pro play, but I miss Zed in pro play. Yeah, overall, that's one of the best plays, right? Where do I put the play? Let's break it down. So I thought about it because there was a brief break and I knew what play was coming when I saw Zed on this list. Unsurprising. This, to me, of all these calls, is the second best. It's the most iconic play by far, probably the most iconic call. But in terms of my favorite, my top rank, it's still the Flower Shockwave. In terms of the other four, they're all really close, to be honest with you. The arrow from Prey, that call by Crepo, really, really good. Kobe's, you know, the faithful shall be rewarded, also good. All both really passionate. Oh, should the arrow go lower? I'm gonna put the arrow lower because the arrow's really good, but it's not as like crazy passionate as the Kobe call. And then you've got the Cadril F-bomb around Baron. But the reason that I put this over the Kobe call is actually the commentary leading up to it. I think is really, really good, and I think that entire moment in the cast as they built up to it, all three of them together, was really, really solid, which we didn't necessarily get to see in the clip. And then, you know, I'm on the list. I'm here to rank it. You can call it bias if you want, but maybe less for the meat grinder of Perks moment, as I kind of, you know, I was stumbling a little bit in that call. But for the win call, it's one of my best win moments, so I'm going to give myself that credit. So, yeah, from top to bottom, from Flowers tier to C tier, Shockwave will find them all. Faker, what was that? Greatest team versus greatest team ever. Cadril F-bomb, Baron Steel at 2022 Worlds. Faithful shall be rewarded. And then look at the arrow. That's my order. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your order would be. Maybe you want to rank some people higher or lower. But personally, that's my take. That's it for this episode of Ultimate List presented by Omen. Be sure to let us know what your favorite caster plays are in the comments below, and I'll see you guys around.